Hey, what's up? I'm Hayden from Never Shout Never, and gonna talk about my gear. For heads, I use Evans Level 360. I just kind of, my buddy Denton kind of recommended it to me, so I've been using them ever since. And they sound awesome, so I've never had a complaint with how they sound. Okay, so here's the thing. SJC, we had a Gretsch 125th anniversary kit. Super nice kit. We wanted to put that in retirement, so but we wanted the same kit. So SJC offered to replicate the kit, everything down to the paint, everything, and they did a really good job. And it sounds exactly the same. It looks the same. And so yeah, SJC really hooked it up for us. That was really nice of them. Also, we got the gold-plated hardware, DW. It's just a beautiful kit. And so yeah, we wanted to put the other one in retirement. So SJC just was like, yeah, let's do it. The guy who played drums before me wanted that kit really bad. So he was like. He asked Chris, he was like, can I get this? And Chris was like, okay, yeah. So that's kind of how it happened. It's just perfect for what we do, how we sound and stuff like that. We don't need anything like huge or special. So yeah, it's right on the money for us. This was another deal where the last drummer got this, and I just kind of like went with it, and my gosh, it is so loud. It's huge. It's got like the biggest sound I've ever heard. You get it tuned just right, holy crap, it screams at you. So yeah, that's about it. Let's see here. This is, I think this is a 19-inch, 14 maybe, if I remember right. And this is also a 19. Kick is 20, I think. 20? Yeah, pretty sure it's a 20. Yeah, nothing too special, just perfect for what we do. 19 Zildjian A Custom, 20 Zildjian A Custom. We got ourselves a Sweet Ride, which is a 21, and my new beat Zildjian. And oh man, I think these are 14. Are they? Yeah, 14. Yep. We're not sponsored by Zildjian. Our manager has like a connect. They just hook it up. Like last time I needed some new 19s. They gave me like 2 fresh 19s, and they gave me 2 Sweet Rides for free. So yeah, they're really nice about that. Really blessed. The DW 9000 for my hi-hat, and DW 5000 for my kick. You can really, it's weird that you can really tell the difference between like a 5000 and a 9000. Just the way it feels. It's so much smoother. This pedal has been around for like 5 years. I need to get a new one. It's kind of kicking the dust. But yeah, like huge difference between a 9000 and 5000. So I really like DW. They're pretty tight. Yeah, it's a little Yamaha. We got it because it was cheaper than the other one we wanted. But it's awesome. Like, I don't know. I just started using it like a year ago, and it's just easy. I don't know. Like, we got like 808 everything. So like, just here's a small kick, and here's a big kick. Just huge, like just for like bass drops and stuff like that. That's about it. We were running tracks through this for a little bit, but it's like whatever. So kind of quit doing that.
Hi, I'm Taylor McAfee. I play bass in Never Shout Never. This is the bass that I've used for the last 7 years or so. It was rode hard and put away wet. It's a 2011 Fender American P bass. It is my old reliable. It has yet to let me down, except for stuff like the pins coming. We've had to re-pin this like 6 or 7 times and stuff like that, but that's also because I'm rough on it. But yeah, put my little gal on the back. The thing's starting to peel off there, but yeah. No, this is stock. I haven't modified a single thing. I don't necessarily believe in doing big mods and all that stuff if you don't have to. And for what we do, it's pretty much a plug in and play kind of band. So yeah, everything is, the pickups are still stock. Bridge, all the hardware is still stock. Yeah, everything's pretty much exactly as I bought it. I use the Ernie Ball 50 to 105 Slinkies, the regular Slinkies. They're my favorite string that I've ever used. If for some reason we can't use these strings, if we can't find them somewhere or we're in a real pickle, then I'll use Diodarios, which are sort of comparable. But yeah, these Ernie Ball regular Slinky bass strings are my always go-to. Always look for the lime greens. This is my drawer of garbage. There's like one spot and an extra tuner. My phone's in there now. Wallet, pass. There's my skull that's supposed to be up on my rig, but for some reason didn't get put up today. So maybe I'll get a talking to. Set list from another band that I play in from time to time. This is my bass head rig. Just have the Furman power conditioner, and what I think is the most reliable head that you can ever buy, which is an Ampeg SVT4 Pro. I've had that since I first started touring. So I've probably had that head for 10 or so years, something like that. I've never had to have it serviced. Kicks out 1600 watts, pure power. The first band that I ever played in, that we ever did a tour, was a band with the rest of my buddies, and we're all from Joplin, Missouri. And I had a bass and had a small little rig, and then my buddy had a SVT3 Pro head, and I loved that thing, and it has since crapped the bed, and I don't know where it went, but I was like, all right, well, I'll try this 4 Pro and upgrade to that and see how I like that, and I've had this guy ever since. So I never ever used the graphic EQ. This could be all the way down if maybe, it doesn't matter. I only use what I have on my dials, because down here I use the greatest pedal for bass players ever made, which is a Sansan bass driver. And so what I do is try to mimic on the head what would be coming out of that, and then I can just adjust the blend to how I want it to sound based on how this sounds one night and how that sounds. That always pretty much stays the same. This always pretty much stays the same, and then I can just blend between the two and make it the way I want to make it. Every now and again, Ryan, our front of house and TM, will mic the bass cab, but it's pretty few and far between that ever happens. Generally, everything that you hear out front is coming out of the Sans amp. I used to not have any gear on stage, and it would be at a pedal board that had like a volume pedal and like a short timer, like slapback delay thing, all this other stuff. But the cool thing that we were doing was we were running the bass driver and then a Sans amp para driver, and we were running those two stereo. So the para driver was taking a dial in where it was taking all the low end and it was coming out of the subs, and then the bass driver, we would really kind of get a little more MIDI and get that kind of crunch out of it, and that would come out of the big flying mains. So we'd have that kind of ran like that, and then I decided that I wanted the stage volume again whenever we started going back to having wedges and stuff like that. And so yeah, and then this guy is one of 2 8x10s I have. This is the nicest one that I have. It's got on one side, maybe down there, but it's got some Tolex coming up and all that. But this is one of the last American-made 8x10 classic cabinets that they made. So I bought that off of our old front of house guy, and yeah, and it's pretty simple. I've just got like a yeah, the Sans amp and the TU3, the Boss TU3 tuner. And then a little bit of stickers and, stickers and grit. And that's kind of it. I decided not to take out a backup bass on this tour. Generally, I'll have either there's an airline. I think the style is the map bass. Chris has a matching guitar that goes with that as well. It's like a seafoam green, kind of weird looking, white stripes looking kind of bass. That was kind of my backup for a while. On a couple tours I had a Gretsch White Falcon that was my backup. Never really had another P-bass backup. I have a Mexican P-bass somewhere in the world that needs a new neck on it, but other than that, this is my Old Faithful. And she's got her little stains and marks, but I like it that way.
Hey, what's up? It's Chris Drew, Never Shall Never. I'm gonna show you some of my gear. This is a Pog. It's like an octave pedal. This is a nice little gain pedal. It's pretty cool. This is a fuzz pedal. Got a nice delay going on. I think it sounds great. My guitar tech hooked it up pretty good. He hooked me up with some pedals. I think that it's just like so many different pedals, so many different effects, and every tour we try to do something different. And I've been having a good time with the octave and the fuzz, and delay is always a good time. So I got the 58 over here, classic, and then I got this bullet mic. It's like a Shure, I forget what model it is, but it's a harmonica mic. I use it for like lo-fi vocal effects and also for harmonica. So this is a JA45 Custom, and I like it because it's kind of like a combination of a few different guitars that I really like, and it's really cool and it sounds great. Gibson always makes great pickups, and beautiful guitar. I use Silken Steel. They're like folk singer guitars and great for finger picking, and I think Martin makes them, but my favorite, I try not to use anything else. They just are so comfortable on the fingers and just perfect for any kind of folky stuff, and half of our stuff is pretty folky, so. I really change the strings only whenever I have to, like whenever I break a string or something, and yeah, I mean, it's, so I actually like how they feel after they get worn out for like even a couple weeks. I'll just keep them on there forever. But and then I just use the orange Dunlop picks. Great for good in between pick, good for a lead, and good for strumming. So this guy, I've had this thing for years now, and it's such a beautiful amp. It's a hand-wired AC15, and if you crank this thing up all the way, it has just a beautiful gain to it, and I actually twin that up with an AC30 over here, and then we get kind of the stereo effect, which is really nice, and it sounds good because we only have one guitar right now, and we just try to get a real full sound. It's nice having stereo amps. It almost fills it up like another guitar sometimes. If I'm gonna be in the studio, I'll just use mostly just vintage. I like Fenders, I love the Verbs and those kind of things, and I also like using like little old like Fender Champs, which are really old, and you just crank them up all the way. It has this real nasty tone, and but live I always use Vox, just because it's what I know, it's what I'm most comfortable with live, and very dependable, amps. So this guy, this is a Reverend, and it's I can't even remember the model number, but it's a beautiful guitar, and I'm a huge fan of P90s. I love how they sound on lead, just really cut very well, and yeah, we got a nice little, the guys from Reverend hook us up with real great deals, so yeah, we play these are our live guitars, Reverends, and I got another one somewhere, but yeah, it sounds great. You should check it out. Reverend's great. Hey, what's up? Thanks for hanging out, checking out our gear. You can go to nevershallnever.com, check out tour dates, check out new music, whatever.